Welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about why is it important for a man to be able to pull the trigger. I use this metaphor because I like metaphors. So in this case, this metaphor, pulling the trigger, doesn't mean shooting someone. It means you just go and take the action. So you didn't hesitate. It's seemingly simple, but in action, that simple thing creates an exponentially big gap among men. Because in today's world, many people have just only knowledge in various areas. It's not too difficult to gain knowledge about some specific topic. For example, by listening a podcast where an expert talks about a topic, you might know more about this subject than 80% of the population. However, pulling the trigger is such an important skill, and with this skill, you can beat those who have only the knowledge and have more knowledge and greater knowledge than you know? Let's take some simple examples. In the first one, I will talk about cold shower. There are two types of people. The first knows everything in theory about cold showers. Know when to take them, morning, evening, before, after workout, etc. However, they never simply step into the water, because they are afraid. They can't pull the trigger. As a result, they never see the result. Even though they know it would boost not just only their dopamine, but it can also boost their testosterone level and undoubtedly strengthen the immune system. On the other hand, the second person has a very little knowledge about this subject. He just only had the knowledge, cold showered good, and he didn't know why. He just had the skill to pull the trigger, and he didn't hesitate. When he stepped under the shower, he just turned the faucet to cold, and afterward, they get the result: the shock, the dopamine, and possibly the testosterone boost. They have overcome someone with a theoretical knowledge, and he get 10 times more result. Many people say knowledge is power, but I don't think that's the truth. The true power is the ability to pull the trigger and not be afraid of such things. Let's take another example with two simple people. You give them 10k and the other one only 5k. And you tell them to do something with it. And if they reinvest, there's a chance to triple their money. The first person with 10k doesn't develop the ability to pull the trigger. And he have the option, but he just can't. He hesitates, he just wastes the time, and he doesn't pull the trigger. The second person with only 5k doesn't have much knowledge. He only know he has the opportunity if he invest. He didn't hesitate, he just pulled the trigger, invest, and at the end of the day, he not just deferred his money, he's became a multi-millionaire without any type of expert knowledge. The example of Bitcoin illustrates this point. Many people, when the Bitcoin bomb, if I can say this, was hyped, without even knowledge, they just risked it and they invested it. And at the end of the day, they won. Again, it's those people who had the knowledge, they didn't have the courage. So pulling the trigger creates an exponentially big gap among people, and it's so hard to express. Early in my self-development career, when I just Absorbing information of various topics, I realized that I have knowledge about certain things. However, I lack courage to pull the trigger in situations. I understood that someone with almost no knowledge can beat the man who have huge amount of knowledge, in a certain topic. So how I started developing this skill to pull the trigger? The method was simple. No matter the topic, I will do this thing. For example, cold showers. I learned about cold shower a little bit, and I was like, I need to pull the trigger. And I go and I pull the trigger. I train my discipline to be able to pull the trigger before I do something like cold shower, hard work, creating a business. These things are difficult. These things require so much time and effort. I simply just imagined a black hole in front of my eyes. I just cleared my mind, and without any type of wasted mental health, I just take the action. And once I learned this skill, my life drastically improved. So by mastering this skill, you can transform from a boy into a man. It will take time, you will develop it. And once you can develop this skill, you will conquer the world nearly effortlessly. So thanks for watching the video. If you like it, check out my other videos. They have something similar themes. And I cover equally interesting topics. Goodbye.